Our first nominee for the Sustainability Award are two friends who are not only making some of the best spirits around, but putting sustainability in action. Our friends at Ballmer Peak Distillery.
So Ballmer Peak Distillery is a project that I started with my best friend Eric Strom, and we kind of started it because we liked alcohol, for lack of a better reason. We were doing a beer crawl in Golden and ended up at Golden Moon Speakeasy, a distillery tasting room, and had this idea, what if we did something like this? You know, we like craft beer, we like whiskey. What if we could be our own bosses, make something that we could share with our friends and family and pay our bills? So sustainability is really important to both Eric and I because we grew up in the desert. We grew up in Phoenix where we saw the value of water. You know, that's where it all started for us, was conserving water. So when we were doing our build out for the distillery, we wanted to make sure that we could minimize our water waste. So the first thing we did was figure out a way to reuse that water consistently or throughout the year. So we use a recirculation system that pulls heat out of the water. Most distilleries use a lot of water to cool their distillation. We need the water to turn the hot vapor back into liquid. And in a lot of places, they just run that straight down the drain. For us, we didn't want to do that. So we worked with some engineers to help come up with a system that would let us continuously reuse our water and, you know, save hundreds of gallons a day and thousands over the course of a year. One of the things we do that also conserves water is by giving away our waste products. So we have a lot of waste products in liquid form and solid. So whiskey is made from malted grains. We extract the sugars from those grains and then we're left with the solids. There's still a lot of nutrients that we couldn't extract in those grains. So we give them to one waste partner who uses them for animal feed. He uses them for regenerative gardening, for composting. And he runs an educational program for K to 12. And through his efforts, we offset our water usage. So we're actually net negative by his calculations on our water usage for the year, which is incredible. On top of that, we've also, we started making hand sanitizer back at the start of the pandemic, and that really opened a lot of doors and opened our eyes for converting waste products into usable products, or you know, drinkable products or hand sanitizer. So it started out, Wind Coop Brewing in Denver, they just wanted to get rid of, you know, thousands of gallons of beer, and we can just distill that beer into spirits, and then we utilize that in hand sanitizer. But it didn't stop there. We got contacted by wineries, meaderies, other breweries that had this kind of waste product. It was alcohol, you know, beer, wine, cider, mead that didn't meet their quality standards. They're like, it's an off flavor, or the fermentation didn't go as planned, and we don't really want to, you know, sell this product. So what can we do to salvage it? And so they gave us, or we bartered with them for hundreds of gallons of different, you know, wine, for example. We got almost 3,000 gallons of wine, red wine that was low quality. So we distilled it into a brandy, and we've got it aging in a barrel. It'll be ready in about a year, hopefully. We have, Denver Beer Co. gave us about 8,000 cans of mispackaged product. It was a hard seltzer. Dragon fruit flavor got put into the lime cans. They couldn't sell it. It was more expensive to try and repackage it. They would have had to sell it, you know, losing $6 a can. So they just gave it to us. We opened the cans, we distilled the seltzer, and we're close to being able to release our dragon fruit vodka from it, that we distilled from it. So it's things like that that really, I love the idea of turning something that is unwanted, or, you know, utilizing waste into the process that makes for a better story, it makes for a more interesting product, and it takes waste out of the waste stream.